Hi, I'm Weston. I love talking about the Astros, and I'm here to talk about Dusty Baker officially retiring. This news had been slowly, spilling out since the night the Astros were eliminated, so since Monday evening. It had kind of been clear that he was done in Houston, but today was the official presser. Everything was made public. Dusty Baker, at least as an Astros manager, I assume in general, I don't see him going back now that he's in his 80s and has his ring, is very likely done managing in the sport of baseball. And in his wake leaves just an incredible trail behind him. One of the greatest personalities to ever grace the sport of baseball, and one of the most accomplished managers to ever manage the sport of baseball. Over 2,000 that he got here in Houston, which is pretty darn cool that we have a manager that broke the 2,000 win threshold in Houston. That's just freaking awesome. 3 pennants to his career, made the playoffs, I want to say with 5 different MLB franchises, which is just bonkers to think about. And obviously his World Series ring that he got last season with 3 Manager of the Year awards as well to put on his case. Highly decorated, highly respected. I have said it many, many different times that I absolutely adore the person that is Dusty Baker. The only issues I ever had with him as a manager were on the field. But as an individual, there are very few people around the sport of baseball that I adore more than Dusty Baker. And that's a brief thing I want to talk about now, which is as he is finally gone, I think there's a skewed view among some fans with Dusty Baker's time in Houston. And to me, viewing Dusty's time with the Astros simply in wins and losses and his decisions as a manager is unfair, and that might sound really, really stupid on account that he was hired to manage your baseball club, and I'm about to tell you that that shouldn't be how you view his success. I understand why that seems a little pulverizing. But you have to remember, and I know it isn't that long ago, but in sports, and especially in a sport like baseball where there are 162 games at minimum a year, you really have to remember, because it feels forever ago. When Dusty Baker was brought in to manage the Astros, this was the lowest point the franchise had ever been, coming off of a just heartbreaking and crippling World Series loss. Garrett Cole had just left to go be a New York Yankee, and obviously burying the lead, the scandal had just broke and was fresh in everyone's minds. And there was so much chaos around the organization and hatred, vile, and vitriol being spewed towards them as a franchise. And that's the biggest part for me. Dusty Baker was not brought in to be a normal manager. A normal manager, what you're hoping to do is take a team that, say, is going to win 85 to 90 games. You bring in a really good manager, and he, through his managerial hijinks and tactical decisions, can steal you 10 or 11 more games and really push you into that upper echelon. That was not what the Astros were doing. They knew that they had a historically great team, even with the loss of Garrett Cole. They needed someone to keep morale up. They needed someone to be a friend to the players and just to keep them, with their minds on the field and not with the 40,000 strong that would be booing them and cursing them and in some cases saying death threats while on the field during games. Just a reminder. Like, imagine if you went to a job interview to be the boss, be a manager at some new company that you're transferring to. And when you show up there are 10,000 plus picketers in front spewing insults and hatred and, in some cases, again, death threats at the employees inside. Are you going to be too adamant to go, oh boy, can't wait to get the job here? You are turning around on site. You are flipping that car in reverse so quickly the tires squeal. But Dusty Baker embraced everything. He came in and he took it on the chin, not only for the team itself, but especially for the players. I have a lot of gripes, and had a lot of gripes, with Dusty's decision-making from time to time, but I absolutely adore him and respect the hell out of what he did for this franchise, and especially what he did for our players, and that is all you could possibly ask for. He was brought in to be a friend to the players and to keep morale up, and he, without question, helped the players and kept morale up. What more could you have possibly asked for out of Dusty Baker? And in the ever so minute chance that he ever should see the video, Dusty Baker, congratulations on a obviously historic career in the sport of baseball. Over 50 years around the sport. How many individuals can ever say that? And I am so eternally grateful that I got to see a man like you manage my favorite ball club. And now the Astros are left with a void to fill and a question to answer, which is who becomes the next manager? The two names that have always gotten the most circulation when coming to this job is Brad Ausmus, okay, and obviously I consider it to be the slam dunk of slam dunks, Joe Espada. Now, I'm sure that I'm going to make a video here in the coming few days talking about who the Astros should hire, but I'll say it right now. It's Joe Espada. Make it easier on yourself. It's the easiest slam dunk of all time. The last time one of your bench coaches became a manager, his name was Alex Cora, and he won the World Series the first try. Just promote Joe Espada. Make it easy on yourselves, and make it easy on us, the fans. I am begging you, just do the Joe Espada thing. But that's a video for another time. But before I get off, a question that I'm going to leave you with. Does Dusty Baker enter the Hall of Fame with an H and a star on his ball cap? Tell me if you think so down below, but as for right now, that is all I have to say, so if you enjoyed the video, please consider to like and subscribe. Thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic day, and as always, go Astros.